Hello, give me your 5 minutes. My name is Mutua. I'm from Grace Impact Center. I want to share with you about overcoming peer pressure. Now, peer pressure normally occurs among young people, but sometimes you also find it among the older people, the adults. They also suffer from peer pressure, but mostly it occurs among the young people. What is this peer pressure? Peer pressure is that feeling that you must do certain things that are done by other people of your age group or in a certain social group for you to be accepted by them. Anytime you're just feeling that for me to be accepted in this group, then I have to do what they are doing, I have to drink what they are drinking, I have to go where they are going, I have to dress the way they are dressing. And the motivation behind you want to be accepted in this particular age group or social group, then you have an issue, or you are suffering from peer pressure, or you have a problem of peer pressure. And this is actually caused by a feeling that you are empty. You are not someone who can stand for what you know. For you to be accepted, or for you to be liked and accepted, you don't believe in yourself. You have an element of rejection. You could be also suffering from identity crisis because you don't know who you are. And you think that, I have to be there, belong here, and I have to dress in this way, even if it is not appropriate. I have to engage in this particular activity, even when it is actually injurious to your faith, to your health, just to be accepted among your age group or among that social group. You have a problem of peer pressure. Then how do you overcome them? Or how do you overcome this peer pressure? Know who you are. Know your identity. Have an identity. Have a value system. Like Daniel in the Bible, he knew he was. He refused to eat things that were sacrificed to idols. Anything that came from the king's table had been sacrificed to idols. And as a Hebrew boy, he knew his value system. And he purposed in his heart not to defile himself. Purpose in your heart. Why? Because you know who you are. You have an identity. When the other young people, the rest of the young people are indulging and enjoying the king's delicacy and having fun and merry, Daniel knew who he was. He knew, I'm a Hebrew boy. And Hebrew boys, they don't feed from anything that had been offered to idols. He knew that. He had a value system. He had been taught right from when he was a small boy. So have a value system. Know who you are. Know yourself. Know your identity. Don't suffer from identity crisis. Now have a vision also. A vision will propel you towards a certain direction. A vision builds momentum. A vision helps you to be passionate about life. A vision makes you not to be distracted by things in life. Joseph in the Bible had a vision. At a very early age, he had these dreams, and he knew that one day he shall oversee his brothers and even the whole of his family. So he knew who he was. And look at Joseph. Throughout his life, this young man knew where he was going. Even when he was faced with difficulty, situation, and even imprisonment, he knew that one day my dream will come to pass. I have a vision. Have a vision. Also, knowing the consequences for peer pressure will also help you to know that to avoid negative peer pressure. Know that when you joined that high school or that college, you went through that gate alone, or you came through that gate alone. And after 4 or 3 years, you go through that gate alone with your own grades that are individual grades. And the world is waiting for you out there. The world will be waiting for you out there. So the way you will interact with that world and subdue it would be determined by how well you utilize that opportunity that you are given in that high school or in that college. The world is waiting for you there. It is waiting for you as a young person. Peer pressure has consequences if you yield to it. Now, it's also important to have a social support group. Social support group where you can commit one another to accountability. You can establish a system of accountability, asking questions about life. How are you doing it in life? How are you going about your studies? What about your relationship or your friendships? Are they okay? Do you think they are helping you to achieve your purpose? How are you spending your private moments? What do you do when you are alone in your bedroom? You can be, asking yourself those questions. A social support group. And Daniel had such a group. When the king declared that he will kill or he will destroy all the wise men of Babylon, and if they do not give an answer or an interpretation to his dream, so Daniel went back. He had a fallback. He went to his brothers and shared the dream, shared the challenges, and they prayed. And at night, God revealed to Daniel the dream or the secret to the dream. He gave to Daniel the secret to the dream. So it's good to have a social support group where you can establish a system of accountability between each other. Another very important thing is look for a mentor. And maybe this mentor can also be invited in this social group from time to time, and someone who is mature, known to your family if possible, so that you don't fall into some traps. A mentor, like a spiritual mentor, career mentor, business mentor, if you are aspiring to do business, something like that. Get a mentor that you can trust, a mature person, a godly person, so that you don't get into certain traps. So a mentor will help you and guide you in life. And he will also put you into accountability, and he will demand certain performances over time. And a person that you respect and emulate, a man who has some achievement that you can also learn from, who has achieved something that you can also learn from as a young person. And this mentor can also be invited in this social support group once in a while, just to talk to you or to share the experiences with you, or maybe to give oversight to this social support group that you can form. Now, look for a good church and commit yourself to that church. Join that worship team. Don't allow a lot of idle time out there. Commit yourself to that church. You can join that worship team. You can volunteer, maybe to be cleaning or to be doing some things, or even in the ICT department, if there is such a team in the church, you can offer yourself. Maybe in the technical team, you can maybe in the to develop young people in that church, maybe the Sunday school, offer yourself in that church and commit yourself. Don't allow idle time there. Make sure you are committed and that you are given to a process of spiritual development, being in a good church. Now, also commit yourself to a personal process by reading a good book, listening to good music, or watching some good programs that help you to grow and to become a better person, a better leader, and especially in the area of your career development. Make sure you don't hang out in those dangerous and injurious to your faith and to your conscience and to your personality, those pornographic sites. Don't hang out in those sites. Make sure that you are listening to the right music, you're reading the right material, the right books, and you will develop and overcome negative peer pressure.